Alright, y'all, bear with me. I'm gonna try to. Yeah. Camera still? Here we are. Alright. Okay, let me see if I can back up some just a little bit. Alright, word of the day right now for the daytime. Checking in. Confused. Went to my MedBoard brief. Oh my god, y'all, that. Is this motherfucker even recording? Hold on, y'all. Let me just make sure. Because if that record, okay, I'd be like, fuck if it was off. Alright, cool. We recording. Word of the day. I only got 10 minutes. I'm only doing this shit on my lunch break. Alright, back on post. Confused. Let me gather myself, y'all. 1 second. Like and subscribe. Alright. Timer. Confused. My process, it can range from 6 to 8 to even 12 months. I ain't gonna hold you. I would prefer 12 to an extent, to a degree. But this is gonna be a lengthy process. But even though it's lengthy, there's still a lot I gotta accomplish and do. I'm not. In my mind, I'm not going to go into the transition phase of from soldier to civilian until I actually get to transition. So I'm still in uniform. We're still soldiers. They even briefed us, you know. A lot of people tell you if you're med boarding that there's nothing that they can do to you. Yes, the fuck there is. It depends on how badly you show your ass with these people though too. So I got just whatever standing you're in with your leadership. But anyway, perception versus reality. We learned that term a lot in the military, but med boarding in itself is challenging. Like all these steps that they had presented to us. It's a lot of shit, dude. And a lot of people think, okay, hey, I'm med boarding like a lot of shit. And it don't. It really, really don't. You still gotta show the PT. You still gotta salute that flag. You still gotta work until COB. Now, mind you, most of my appointments are like some appointments I have to go to. They gonna be like an hour to 2 hour drive. I think the longest one I have to go to is like one in Charlotte. And I'm like, that is 8. Fuck, that's 2. And then, I don't know. I remember because of the I'm med boarding for, they pulled the trigger for me for PTSD, y'all. Now, mind you, I do have other issues. But right now, the medical condition is PTSD. And then the thing about, here's something that y'all probably don't know about med boarding, because people just teach you how to get out, but they don't, well, as far as a med board, you know, you have all these YouTubers, all these TikTokers, and I'm not discrediting them. They give out a lot of information, but I'm going to tell y'all something that I just learned today. When you med board for anything mental related, especially PTSD. So as y'all know, I relayed that, hey, you know, 12 going on 13 years. I wanted to finish out my contract. This isn't, you know, my military career. But, and you can fight a med board to an extent. Now, if you win your med board, they say it's very rare cases. But if you win your med board or win the fight against your med board, if you don't want to med board, you get a certain identifier on your profile and you can stay in. Now, with what I got going on, I already know they're going to look at me and be like, so you have these, what's that TikTok video? So you have this, but you want, with the shit I got going on, they look at me like, hell no, no matter where we stick you, your symptoms are just going to get worse. Stop wasting our time. So I know. To an extent. But anyway, you can actually fight a med board if you're still on the fence about it if you don't want to. Just know your chances are slim. But the thing about medical med board, so I just remember her saying PTSD as far as the mentals, but I guess if it's depression and even anxiety, depending on the because you know you have minor, mild, major, depending on your symptoms. PTSD, anxiety, depression. You will, between 2 and 3 years, you will constantly be evaluated even when you're out. You'll still receive all your benefits and pay. But if your symptoms seem to get better and you are deemed fit for duty, you can actually come back in after being out for 3 years. My only question to that is, does that count? Does that count for Does that count for those 3 years you were out? Do they count as your active time? Out of curiosity, like, hey, can you be out for 3 years and then come back in and then finish out your contract? That would be so immaculate. If you really wanted to, but like. Yeah, just keep that in mind. Like, but then again, too, I don't know how my temperament's going to be when I'm out. And I pray my temperament doesn't get worse. But, I don't know. Like I said before, a lot of things about the Army is fast-paced, man. I gotta hurry up and go get something to eat before I head back, because I gotta go see my Pueblo again. And then it's called Soldier for Life, but something called SFL TAP. I gotta register for SFL TAP. But again, my process, the reason why I would be okay with it, July, August, September, October, November, December, well, no, August, September, October, November, December, January, March, April. I would be okay with my shit being 8 months to a year, because then I could at least say that I did 13 years, not 12 years and some change. But then again, too, and the only reason I say that, with some of the limitations I have now, I don't know. We'll see how it plays out. I'm gonna do, like, again, now, there are going to be days that, well, I could do daily. Nah, I still can't do daily check-ins. It's not the day of. But, like, we have a field coming up in September, which I can't even go to. With all the shit I got going on, I'd be a hindrance to the field. But then again, too, you know, depending on what type of leader you have, man, they will definitely try to make you break your profiles. And depending on, you know, what rank you have on your chest, and if you, willing to challenge your leadership on the, but anyway, that's a whole nother story. I've seen it. You know what, me thinking about this, for people who are in, I feel like this is common. I don't want to say for toxic leaders. I think that would, for a grimy motherfucker in the military. I think one of the common things that they say when they know they're about to do some fuck shit to you or a group of people is, I'll assume responsibility. I'll assume responsibility. No, you won't. I hear that a lot. Like, when I hear I will assume responsibility, I know that you about to fuck me and some other people when I hear some shit like that in the military. And I've only heard, now I'm pretty sure there's a term that they use in civilian side, but when I hear somebody say, it could be the coolest motherfucker, but whether it's out of regulation, whether it's, and I'm not saying it's bad or horrible, I'm just saying it's for comment, but like when I hear somebody say, I'll assume responsibility over some shit that has to deal with you or going against the regulation, 9 times out of 10, they're not. They're just, I'm sorry, they're not. But that's my truth, and that's how I'm gonna tell it. That's what I've seen. So for people who are still in, when you hear somebody say, "I will assume responsibility," they are finna they are finna fuck you over bad. I'm the playing. You may have some good leaders that have said that and you know, really assumed responsibility. But man, when I hear that shit, I go, all right. Let me give you an example just to make sure. Like, 3 people are talking. You, me, and somebody else in a circle. I punch you. Like, I'm a threat to you. Like, I punch you. I do something bad to you. And the third person tells you not to do anything, just take the punches. I'll assume responsibility for these punches. I'm finna go, y'all. But let me just... What does that even mean in that situation? Like, how you gonna assume responsibility for some shit I did to you, the other person? So just wanna, for those who like, what does that mean? Like, in army terms, that's the type of shit I deal with sometimes. When I hear okay. Anyway, y'all, right now the word of the day is confused. Still a little bit scared, but the word of the day is definitely confused. Yeah, I'll be good. I'll make another video when I come back in for today, alright? Peace.